A big breakfast, they say, or it's one of the most important meals of the day, but it can be difficult, especially if you have a wheat or gluten allergy or celiac disease. So to help us out with that this morning, Mary Kay Sherritt is in the kitchen. She's a dietitian with the Celiac Disease Center. Great to see you this morning.
Nice to see you.
You know, gluten-free, it's kind of a buzzword anymore.
Yes,
but what does it
is.
really mean?
Basically, it means you eat food with no wheat, rye, oats, barley, or malt, unless the oats have been specially processed to be gluten-free.
I mean, this is one of those things where a lot of people, if you suspect that you may have some sort of like a wheat or a gluten allergy, don't just try going gluten-free at first. It's important to speak to your doctor first.
Yes, it is. You should speak with your doctor and get an antibody test to make sure that you don't have celiac disease.
Now, what's involved with that? Is it a blood test or
Yes.
is it? Okay.
Yes, it's a blood test.
So something simple you could do maybe the next time you go to see your doctor.
Yeah, because I think people think of gluten as a diet, and it really isn't like a trendy diet thing. This is an actual medical diet for people who have a specific need.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's just not this trendy thing anymore. You know, you hear gluten-free everywhere.
Yes, it is. A lot of people think it's a weight loss diet,
Right.
but that's not necessarily true because gluten-free food can have much more fat in it than some gluten.
And I've even noticed too, just with inflammation, with like arthritis, things like that, it definitely helps. But I know that there are a lot of things, like quick things. We show some of the bad over here, and I have to say, like the Pop-Tarts, at first I got excited. I thought that there were gluten-free Pop-Tarts. But Pop-Tarts, donuts, things like that. So on Fridays when we get our free donuts, no go.
Right, although you can get those gluten-free. You just
You
have to do a
can
little
find them.
work to do it. There
A
are
little work.
a lot of gluten-free bakeries in Columbus now,
Okay.
but not just to the regular donut shop.
All right, and I know that there are a lot of the products that we have over here too. I mean, it's really just a matter of what, when you go to the grocery store and finding the things. I know in certain grocery stores it's pretty clearly labeled.
Right.
And then, so what are some of the options that we have here?
We have gluten-free cereals. Some of the major cereal companies have made their cereals gluten-free, and it says gluten-free right on the front of the box
Yeah,
there.
like right there in big letters. Because, you know, rice, a lot of people get kind of confused. You're okay.
Right.
All right,
Right.
that sounds
And
good.
then there's pancake mix over there that's been made gluten-free.
Okay.
Nice. Is this expensive? Much more expensive?
Yes, it is.
It can
much
be,
more,
huh?
Much more
Can
expensive.
be, for sure. But I know this recipe that you're going to make this morning, not as expensive. This is kind of like an easy thing you could do
Right.
to prepare for breakfast. So what are we going to make?
We're going to make gluten-free granola. So
Okay.
First-
Pretend you don't see what's in the bottom of my pan right now.
Yeah, we heated that up a little.
Little hot
we
early.
preheated a little too much
Right.
before we came on
Live
the air.
TV. So what would we add to this?
first you put the honey in, two
And-
tablespoons of honey.
There we are.
Okay.
Let that heat up.
Just regular honey. And this is a perfect spoon for this. All right.
Then you're going to put 2 teaspoons of olive oil,
Huh. Okay.
and then you have a half a teaspoon of cinnamon over there,
I do. I do.
somewhere
Yeah.
you do, and a pinch of salt.
Oh, is it?
It's in
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. And then we're going to add a cup of oats to that.
Okay.
And again, that's where it gets, you know,
Those
kind of
are
confusing. The oats, the gluten-free oats.
those are gluten-free oats.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds
Sesame seeds. Yum.
Ooh.
and 2 tablespoons of dried cranberries,
Dried cranberries.
or any other dried fruit.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can tailor it to your,
And you can just make it in the
Taste.
pan like this.
yes, and you let it cook and toast up.
And
And
it
how do
will-
you know when it's ready?
It'll turn
When the
brown.
bottom of your pan turns black like ours did, it's pretty much.
Well, that's when you and I are done. That's when we're
That's
like,
a pretty good indicator. It'll toast. It'll get brown.
It'll turn brown.
and what's the best way to eat that?
What you can
With a spoon.
use it. The oats will add a lot of fiber to your diet, which is what's missing in some gluten-free diets.
Oh,
so
really?
Okay.
if we pick this up,
Uh-huh.
you can put 2 tablespoons and top your parfait that has
Oh, like just put
Greek
it right on
yogurt
top of the
and
parfait there?
fresh fruit in it, and that's a nice breakfast meal for you.
Do you have to watch calories on a gluten-free diet?
Yes, you do.
You
just
do.
like any other
just
diet.
like anything, huh?
I know
And
that's
do
one
they add
thing-
up quickly?
Yes, they do.
Uh-oh.
Now this is a little lower sugar
Okay.
granola, so that's a little healthier than some of the other granolas.
If you're prone to celiac disease and you go on a gluten-free diet, how quickly will you see a turnaround in your health? How quickly can you feel the effects?
Most people will feel better within the first week or two
Is
that they
that
go on the
right?
diet, but it takes a while for the damage to heal itself within the intestine, so if it's
Okay.
celiac disease. But most people feel good within the first couple weeks
Good to
to
know.
a month, maybe.
All right. Well, as Mary Kay said, if you suspect you might have some sort of allergy like that or celiac disease, first off, contact your doctor, get the blood test, and then if you want to make this granola, we have the recipe for you on our website. Just go to myfox28columbus.com, click on Good Day Columbus, and then click on recipes. Mary Kay, thank you so much for coming by today.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. All
Anybody
right.
bring a scrubby for the bottom of this pan?
You can just leave it outside in the rain right now.